Hi Tony, thank you so much for joining me today at the Smart Lab Exchange. Can you start off by telling me a little bit more about your role and responsibilities at AkzoNobel?
I'm the lead scientist in the Strategic Research Group, Measurement and Analytical Science in the business area Specialty Chemicals. We're based in Deventer in the Netherlands. We're the largest analytical science group within AkzoNobel. And we also lead what's called the Measurement Analytical Science Global Network, which consists of most of the representative R&D labs globally. So a lot of the method development that we do, a lot of the instrumentation selections that we do, will then be rolled out and discussed within the different technique teams at a global level, and may well influence then sort of purchasing or method development on those individual sites to meet the individual needs of those businesses.
And what would you say are the major challenges you're currently facing in your role as lead scientist?
I think a lot of the biggest problems that we've got are around data integration. We're not regulated, in our particular environment regulated, so we do not have the challenges of GLP, GMP. I think that will come in the future. But we have a lot of disparate islands of data, a lot of disparate islands of analytical methodology that certainly needs to be brought together if we're to actually be able to get the best value out of the work that we do for the businesses.
And at this year's exchange, you'll be participating in a panel discussion debating data management. How do you ensure as a company that you're productively utilising your scientific big data?
I think in the way that we use it at the moment, we are not using it as productively as we can. We certainly need to improve the way that we handle data, the way that we bring data together with immediate, real-time, tactical information to solve the problems as they are coming over the doorstep of our laboratory. But we certainly could dramatically improve in the ability to use that information in the mid and longer terms. We certainly have the knowledgeable scientists, we have really, really good analysts, but ensuring that that information is available for a longer term as we bring in new people and we train them up and things like that. I think we're quite weak in that area, and that's what I'm hoping that the exchange will bring, is some the latest insights into how we can do that particular piece of work far better.
After hearing from solution providers at this year's exchange, how has this changed your view of the lab informatics landscape?
It's firmed up some of my ideas that we are really looking for much simpler solutions, and it's a hard discussion to have. We have a very simplistic view of the world, and it's the vendors are quite happy to show you the latest gimmicks that they have, but we need to get the basics right. And I think it's been some really good discussions with the vendors, getting them to understand our needs as an organisation, to get the foundations really secure, and making sure we have the data in a format and in a way that we can use it long term. And if we've got those foundations straight, then we can make sure that we can use the innovative solutions that are arriving on the market now in a much better way. One of the things that we see is this longer term move to fewer vendors, with a lot of the small innovative players being bought up by the big players. We need to use that because it gives them a lot more stable financial background for these companies, but we need to make sure they don't lose the innovation as well, because our future is going to be critically dependent on this innovation being available to us as commercial products.
And finally, how do you see laboratory informatics evolving generally in the next few years, and what will this mean for your company?
As it stands at the moment, the interoperability side of it has to be improved. Even with the bigger vendors, we need to make sure that their various product offerings can actually interoperate even within a particular vendor. That's a challenge. I know, because I have also a background from a vendor position as well, that that's a difficult thing to do, because you have an existing customer base. They have very strong demands on you, and they're the people paying the bills. But they need to address this. It's addressed slowly with certain areas, but this needs to be improved. And it will be critical on the selection of vendors going forward. But to say, similar to what I said earlier on, we need to make sure that the innovators aren't then excluded. There were some good presentations today that showed exactly that scenario. How we get the innovators to interact with the others, and that's a lot around standardization of data exchange, of metadata and things like that. And that will really help us if we can get that driving forward, and also more open innovation. It's a buzzword, but it's an area where we have to work together. It's no good ourselves as a company going forward in a particular direction with another vendor. We have a certain amount of money we're going to spend with them. But if they're a global operator, they need to be selling the same solutions into other companies. So an open innovation exchange like this where we get to talk to people so we can make sure that our view is similar to the views of others, it gives a platform which vendors can then make their own business decisions about, yes, we need to bring this standardization to the market, and there are a wide range of players out there who are prepared to buy it as a product. And if you've got that set up, you can guarantee the innovations will then be able to help us going forward. They're not all a series of one-off solutions.